Well, we are in Ocala National Forest. All right, what is going on? First ride from Ocala National Forest in the books. I went to a little OHV spot called Centennial. Seemed like a short one. It's right next to where I'm staying in Juniper Springs, so I figured it would be a good place to start. It is sandy. 3 or 4 feet of sand deep on that trail in some spots. And super dry right now, so it was extremely slippery. There was no real traction. There was no real getting up to speed of any way. You were essentially battling based on the fact that it's kind of slanty, high in the middle or slanty on some of the hills a few times here. You're basically just chasing the tail end on this thing the whole time. Anytime you give it any kind of gas, the whole back end's washed out. Straight line, if you're going too slow, you get like a pile of sand and try to gun it. The tire just buried itself. Pretty much rode with my legs out the whole time. My groin's gonna feel this one in the morning for sure. Lots of sand in my boot. Centennial, not the trail for a noob like myself. Now there were a few spots where there was some puddles and the sand was a little more compacted or a little damp even, gave it a little more structure, you know. But I don't ride motocross tracks and things like that, so definitely loose anything is not a ride. So, all right, we are back in from the second stop. Went to a place called Big Scrub. It's a little bit south of here, up 40, I think 13 down. A lot more of what I rode on Centennial yesterday. It's kind of in the same little quadrant, so there were some areas where I don't feel like they were as maintained as well as Centennial was. Not quite as much sand. It was only, like a foot deep most of the places. A little more moist, so it didn't break up as much. Got a little better speed out of some of the areas, but largely a lot of the same, sandy. What I did discover, what I like the best, is the old unmaintained trails. I was definitely in a bear's backyard yesterday on some of these trails. They're probably old roads. They're on the map. They just don't really maintain these parts anymore. But it was the best to me. Riding over some logs, ducking some things, riding through the thick of stuff was kind of what I liked the best about it. What was good? Just back from the last day's dirt bike riding. Went to OHV trail that is designated Motorcycle Loop OHV Trailhead. It is on 66. The loop itself is 225. It is for maniacs. Okay, it's sandy, like everything in Ocala is. But along with that, it's whoopsie and it's overgrown, so you have a hole about that big to stuff it with. Lots of new pinstripes on the bike. I got some pinstripes on my hands before I threw my gloves back on. Got some pinstripes on my ankle. It was a lot of fun. I talked to a cat before I went on the trails today, and he reminded me maybe if I let a little air out of my tires, I'd have a little more success on some of the sand, and that definitely did help. I moved my riding position forward a bit. That definitely also helped. But that one was crazy. That's definitely a thrill ride at any skill level. So then I cruised down to Delaney OHV Trailhead. Okay, now Delaney is the same as the rest of everything else. It's 3-4 feet of sand, super soft. Today was really dry, so everything was really slippery. But summarizing basically all the rides from today, from yesterday, tons of fun.
Ocala National Forest is great. The trails I rode varied in like really aggravatingly sandy to some really nice roads. It was good. It was good. I had a good time. I appreciate y'all. If you've been on this long, give me a like. Give me a subscribe. I'm really trying to grow the channel. If you got some suggestions of where I should go in the Southeast, drop them in the comment section. Something I would like as a noob to ride on a dirt bike. Appreciate y'all.